Hi everyone, Manda Micro here with a new YouTube video. I thought it'd be cool since I am a wrestling fan. I thought it'd be cool if I did a little bit of a spotlight this week on one of my favorite wrestlers. So I hope you enjoy this interview that I'll be doing today with the one and only Barrington Hughes. Barrington Hughes has traveled all over, not only just South Florida, but all over the country, honing his talent and being a colossus in the ring and just being super amazing. So I'm extremely happy to have him on the channel today, just to have some conversation and hang out with us. So Barrington, how are you today?
I'm good, Manda. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty awesome.
Good.
Pretty awesome. So I just have some conversation that I want to have with you today, just about a few
Okay,
things, if you don't
for
mind.
sure.
Well, first off, I want to congratulate you on that awesome match that I watched between you, Effie, Ultraviolet, and Beastly at Fest.
Oh,
That
thank
was
you.
a super amazing match. I have to ask, what are you most proud of in that match?
Honestly, the fact that I was able to come in as a somewhat relatively unknown competitor in that match and just really get over with that crowd because the fest crowd can be absolutely brutal. If they don't like you, they will completely destroy you. But the fact that I came in, like I had some TV time up to that point, but a lot of the fest fans are not wrestling fans, they're music fans, they're casual fans. So for them to see me, see what I present, and see what I bring to the table, and resonate with that meant a lot.
That's awesome. Yes, you're absolutely right. I've had the privilege to go to fest shows, and those crowds are very honest,
Hmm.
super honest. And like you said, a lot of them aren't really they're not there to watch wrestling, they're there for the music. So it can be a little bit difficult to win their affections over because they're there for music. So hats off to you for getting that crowd to be on your side.
Thank you,
Uh,
thank you.
and I have some questions for you. One of those questions would be, who are some of your wrestling inspirations?
Oh man. As a kid, I was a huge fan of Razor Ramon. Just because he was, built from Miami, he was Scarface, he was everything that I seen growing up in a wrestling capacity. So I thought that was just the best. Of course, knowing what I know now, it is what it is. Um, but as I got older, and especially as I got into delving deeper into wrestling and looking beyond just what was presented at the time, I'm a huge fan of Ron Simmons, of Gary Albright, of Bam Bam Bigelow, of Vader, of Too Cold Scorpio, just different people throughout the 80s and 90s. Akira Taue, Jumbo Tsuruta, Mitsuharu Misawa, just different various people from different parts of the world that presented wrestling in their own unique way, and it was still viable, and it was still powerful, and it was still incredible no matter what.
That's good to hear. And definitely hearing some of those names that you mentioned, see, I don't want to say that you have patterned yourself after them because you've created your own style, but I could definitely see the influence in your work by most of those individuals. And Too Cold Scorpio, man, that is one G that is going to go down in history as one of the greatest. He's still going to this day, and it's awesome to watch.
Still going, and still just he's hanging with the young guys and showing them
Hey,
out that at 50 plus he still has it. It's incredible.
it's so good to see. It's good. It's good for the heart and it's good for the soul to see someone like that still succeeding.
Hmm.
So Barrington, for 2021, what are some of the goals that you have if you've achieved them so far this year? And what are some goals that you still have planned for 2021? Because I know it's pretty late in the year, so I know some of those goals must be accomplished by now.
Right. Well, I had my first match back in 18 months this past June in North Carolina, so I was really happy for that. Was it the best match? I had some ring rust, but it happens. Um, so that was definitely something to cross off the list as far as coming back. especially, I don't know, I think people would know by now that the beginning of 2020, I was really, really sick. I believe I ended up having COVID before we knew that COVID was a thing in the United States. And I was on a respirator and in a medical coma for about 2 weeks, and was in the hospital for 2 months overall. So I was really worried about if I'd ever be able to come back again, given the circumstances. But this past summer proved that I can come back, and I just have to kind of get my butt back in gear to be able to get back to where I was and even better.
Absolutely. And it's so good to hear that you're okay and that you're doing a lot better. And it's inspirational to see that you were in a situation like that and that you were able to get back up and get back in that ring as well.
Thank you.
So it is very inspiring. And what are some goals that you have for your in-ring evolution?
Um, with my time on TV, it's really softened my presentation, and it limited their view of me as a performer. I would say my best body of work were between the years of 2016 and 2018. I was just in a different zone, in a different mode. I was really all in my Gary Albright bag. I was really being athletic and showing what I could do at my size. That was getting me the opportunity to cross the country without, being on TV, without the big contracts, without, and if you show that you have this ability, you have this talent, and you have the charisma, because that's the thing. You can be a great wrestler and have the personality of a stick. Thankfully, I know how to talk, and thankfully I have some sort of personality. So, promoters saw that there was value in me and saw that I was viable and were giving me opportunities, I shouldn't say give me opportunities, but allow me to earn opportunities, um, in different parts of the country, which I still hold, valuable to this day. And even now, I still have promoters that are like, when are you coming back? We have ideas for you, things like that. So it feels good to know that once I come back and I get back in my bag as far as work rate goes, more doors are going to open.
Mm, yeah, that's awesome. That's good to hear. What games are you playing right now?
Oh God, like I play a little bit of everything. I played Star Wars Jedi Fallen. As far as Destiny goes, I love the storytelling. I love the world building. I love what they've created in the past several years with just a very limited concept, something that most people don't take seriously. They've built an entire world around it, and that's what enthralls me about them. That's what inspires me about them. So those are basically, a handful of games that I'm playing right now.
Awesome. Yes, I just recently downloaded Destiny 2 myself. I played Destiny 1 for a little bit of time, but um, I have to get into Destiny 2. I have to start that sometime soon. So I'm excited to play it, and then I'm happy to hear your recommendation about it too. And also, with everything the way it is right now, I know it's pretty hard to get food from certain places. If you
Mhm.
could have a meal from any restaurant that you love, where would it be from?
Oh man, it would have to be a sushi boat from Shinju. Like I love, 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 love sushi, and I have not had it in over 2 years. So I definitely want to get back to that, and I would love just a big sushi boat with like maybe 20 pieces of sushi, and I would just be a happy camper.
I can agree with that. I mean, I had sushi a couple of days ago, so like I can't say I haven't had sushi for over
Jealous.
2 years, but I was very happy when I got my sushi. I was so happy that me and my mom actually went to the same place twice. We went in lunch and we went for dinner because we were so
Nice.
happy.
Okay, nice,
So
nice.
I definitely understand the craving.
Hmm.
And Barrington, so you have with everybody inside right now, there's nothing to do but play games and watch TV. So is there a movie or a TV show that you're obsessing over right now?
Um, God, I have quite a few things I'm just kind of bouncing around watching. I'm rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho for like the 9,000th time because that is absolutely one of my favorite animes. Um, I've also watched Kakegurui. If you haven't watched it on Netflix, watch it. It's really, really good. Better Call Saul, which is based in the Breaking Bad universe. I've watched Snowfall, the series on FX. I think I've watched it all the way through twice so far, and it only came out last year. Um, what else? Archer. I love Archer. Um, God, there's a few other ones I can't think of. House of Flowers, which is like a telenovela type thing. Shout out to Ronnie Nicole, who put me onto that. Of course, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki. I haven't started What If yet. I'll be starting What If probably next week. That's just a few things that I can think of off the top of my head.
Wow, that's a lot of shows. There's quite a few that I haven't heard of before, so I have to look into. But you've given me quite a few names to look into to watch myself, because I'm
Oh my.
definitely running out of TV shows to watch on my binge list.
We'll definitely go through some recommendations. That's no
Awesome.
problem.
And who are some wrestlers you're looking to face in the future?
Oh man. Lee Moriarty, Calvin Tankman, Sway Archer. I want to face Billy Dixon again, Darius Lockhart, Sugar Dunkerton, Ronnie Nicole, um, the Woad. As far as maybe more established people, I would love to face Darby Allin if the opportunity came about. Um, Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, um, Buddy Murphy, people that have been to the top, that have been where everyone wants to be, and see how I stack up against them. These are the people I want to face.
Awesome. Well, you're doing the right thing by putting it out in the universe so that you can manifest it and make the dream become a reality.
Absolutely.
And since we're talking about your wrestling, what is the message that you're looking to send with your wrestling and your style of wrestling in particular?
Honestly, I just want people to know that wrestling doesn't have a defined type. You can be who you are. You can be what you want to be, as long as you're putting your 100% most of utmost effort into it. Wrestling will be what you want it to be. I was told when I broke in that I would never make it past 3 years. I would never make it out of Florida, and people would never take me seriously. I have shattered all three of those things as inadequate lies. And I'm not going to talk ill on the people that said these things, but I'm glad that I was able to prove them wrong, prove myself wrong, and show that somebody who doesn't have a conventional look can have a very conventional and successful and rewarding career.
That's awesome. That is powerful to hear. And I look forward to seeing you spread that message throughout the country. You know what? I'm going to even take it a little step further throughout the world, because I know you have the talent to do so. And my last question for you, Barrington, is
Okay.
I'll start it this way. My favorite wrestling promo package is the Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 17, scored to Limp Bizkit's My Way.
Okay.
What is your favorite wrestling promo package?
Oh man. I would have to say the original Summer of Punk from 2005. That or Age of the Fall when they debuted. Those are my two favorite. Both of them ROH promo packages because they were so different. They were so counterculture. They were against what we were being presented at the time. That's where I take a lot of inspiration from.
Oh, that's awesome. That is super cool to hear. And I have to revisit those promos myself to just get a feel for that electricity again. Well, Barrington, those are all the questions I have for you. It was nice talking to you today.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure, man. It's been too long. Hopefully we can catch up soon and get some show recommendations going, get some watch parties going.
Yeah, get some watch parties going, maybe get some gaming going too. Who knows?
Exactly. That's the plan.
All right. Well, you guys, I'm going to let you go here. Don't forget to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you are alerted when there's a new video that goes live. Barrington, thank you for being my guest today. And guys, I will see you sometime soon. Bye.